IIT Madras is 50 years old. Our mission is fourfold: teaching, research, industrial consultancy, and improving the state of technical education in the country. We also have a vision. Our vision is to be in dynamic equilibrium with the social, economic, and ecological environment. It is really in the vision that we would expect the alumni to play a major role.
In the last 2 decades, and particularly in the last decade, the population on the campus has increased to a point where one has to do a lot of planning to manage the campus environment. And the energy intensity of activities on campus has also increased dramatically and is increasing. The institute and its residents, however, have been very alive to the issue, and we have done a lot, though much more can be done, to try and maintain the character of the campus.
Last few years, the students of IIT Madras are fortunate to have extremely good interaction with the alumni of our institute.
I have benefited a lot from my time at IIT. I did 4 years at IIT, and that has changed my life. It has created a huge opportunity for me to enter the computer field.
I was a student here many years ago, graduating in 1981. After that, I was an alumnus at large in the US for 23 years, and then I came back to the campus in 2004 as a professor in the Department of Chemical Engineering. For the past 6 months, I have been the advisor to the Office of Alumni Affairs, and I must say that I've really enjoyed playing all these different roles in my association with IIT over the years. In fact, I think I've been very privileged to have been associated with this marvelous institution now for close to 35 years.
Along with some other alumni, we are trying to write a book documenting the 50 years that IIT Madras has been in existence from 1959 to 2009. So, I would love to involve more of the alumni in these activities. I would love it if alumni were able to help by contributing photographs, by contributing memorabilia, by sharing old issues of campus times that they may have with them, by providing anecdotes, interesting things that happened when they were students that we could write about or we could highlight.
IIT Madras needs to be in equilibrium with its environment for it to be sustainable, like all good institutions. This environment consists of three components. The social component, and IIT Madras has undertaken a large amount of socially relevant activity, that of helping charitable institutions and other NGOs in and around Chennai in particular in carrying out their tasks better and in solving some technological problems for doctors. These solutions need not be high-tech. The most important aspect of this activity is for these activities to be useful to society at large. The second is to be in dynamic equilibrium with the environment, and this with the ecological environment. And this means we have a beautiful campus, and we have to first of all make sure that we preserve the ecological beauty of this campus. This is essentially related to developing a sustainable campus. Sustainable in terms of energy, sustainable in terms of the broadest sense of the word. It is in this particular matter that the alumni can play a very important role.
It's nice to be back. It's like coming home again. The reason why we decided to finance this, and more ladies are getting into scientific and engineering fields, and they need accommodation. So that was one of the reasons.
Some alumni has come forward to improve the facilities in the hostel where they stayed long before. And I should say that this institute's renovation work of the hostels was mainly because of the initiative that is shown by some of the alumni in improving the facilities of hostels where they have stayed before.
See, for all of us who went to IIT Madras, I think we owe the institute a lot. Why? Because really it's at the IIT where we all learned how to think rigorously, how to think analytically, and I think that held us in good stead throughout our lives. IIT is where we learned how to compete, because we were competing against the best and the brightest students from all over India. IIT is where we all matured and really became adults after school. IIT is where we learned to form relationships, and we formed great friendships. All of these things, when you put them together, gave us, all of us, the foundation for success later in life.
IIT is one of the premier educational institutions in the world, doing world-class research, having some of the best faculty and students anywhere in the world. And to support IIT means that you're supporting world-class research.
There was something so satisfying about giving something back to the campus and the institute that gave you so much. That revelation was amazing. It was such a pleasure to give back to IIT, some place that taught me so much. Everyone realizes that you learn engineering in IIT, but what you don't realize is how it prepares you for a career. The interpersonal skills that you develop are amazing. More importantly, the confidence you get. IIT, you're surrounded by brilliance in IIT. And because of that, you get the confidence that you can go and tackle anything and talk to anyone. IIT is such a great level.
We've been involved with IIT Madras for almost 25 years now in various research and development activities. Our main motivation in working with IIT Madras is to primarily help ourselves start companies where we can utilize the resources that we have in IIT Madras, where we can utilize the consultancy that we get from IIT Madras. From 86 onwards, we've been working with the Electrical Engineering Department, Professor Junjunwala and Bhaskar Ramamurthy and all these people. And we built a lot of products that we sell in the market in India. And one of the things that I find that's very interesting doing this is by getting involved in these activities and by funding some of these research activities, etc., we've been able to spawn a lot of little companies that are doing different things in areas of interest to us.
I was at IIT, our seniors used to help us, and we in turn helped our juniors in their GRE preparation. And that's where giving started at IIT. And there was a loyalty to the institution, and we all wanted not only to do well ourselves, we wanted our juniors to do well, our alumni to do well. And so I think this is part of that same theme. It would be fantastic for us to be able to give back to that institution, see it grow, make a mark for itself. And it is with a lot of pride today that I walk around saying I graduate from IIT Madras. It is considered equivalent to any Ivy League school out here.
In 2001, coinciding with my class's 25th reunion, I decided to fulfill 3 objectives. First, to show my gratitude to IIT Madras by donating to the institute a sum of money. The interest that this sum bears per year, which is roughly 1.5 lakh rupees per year, is to be used to fund an award. That was the intention. Number 2, to honor my parents, this award is named after them, Bhagyalakshmi and Krishnangar Award. Number 3, to use the award to spur research in 3 areas of great importance to India's development: energy, infrastructure, and the environment.
I, for one, would certainly say that the intellectual inputs that alumni give to the institute are absolutely invaluable. They have also contributed in terms of enabling faculty and students to travel abroad to participate in prestigious conferences and also meetings.
As an active member of the Alumni Association, I think I have in my own way helped some of the spouses feel at home whenever there are a few get-togethers. And networking and friendship becomes more beneficial, an event which most of us look forward to, if that happens along with the family than with the alumni alone. So in that way, I think the women alumni can make a better contributor for the networking in the Alumni Association also.
I gave to IIT Madras because I believe that I am repaying back the debt that I have incurred through the 5 years that I've been in that great institution.
Contribution does not mean money alone, but also our expertise, our research and development, all, and most of us, even when we are in industry, are in the leading edge of business and industry and technology. So we can contribute in our own way by working together and making this possible.
This lab essentially had a sort of a rebirth in 2001 when we started the CAD activities as a part of this departmental research. So the first initial exploration funding was given by the 1986 batch of the alumnus, using which we purchased certain hardware infrastructure and software infrastructure to build up the initial curriculums for building up the VLSI CAD research in this department. Around mid of 2005, we actually started the reconfigurable intelligent systems engineering lab, which essentially encompassed interactive intelligence, human computer relations, and also the robotics. A major funding for the robotics also was given by the alumnus of the 1988 batch of our department, which today has grown to a large funding from different other sources.
There are many worthwhile initiatives, going on at IIT. I mean, if you talk to a lot of the professors, you talk to the director, there's a lot of energy, a lot of future focus, and I would urge other alumni also to get involved in whatever way they can and help make a difference, help build the future.
Today, at our institute, the director and a lot of our faculty members are taking initiatives to provide programs that promote good private and public partnership. One example of which is our IIT Madras Research Park, in which I'm involved. We, with the help of the government, have been able to establish a research institute that allows companies to be located physically next to our campus, work with our faculty and students to develop commercially oriented applications from which both of them can benefit.
I think as alumni, something we all share in common is an aspiration for our alma mater, that we want good things to happen to the institution that we belong to. In that sense, the Research Park is an initiative that, if it is successful, is likely to have